Hi, I'm Eve and I use any pronouns.
And I'm Phoenix. I use they, them pronouns.
And this is Book Club.
We're back, baby.
Hell yeah. We are talking about Hammajang Luck today by
Yes.
Makana Yamamoto. Which I think is going to prove as another one of those episodes where I'm going to shit talk it a lot. At least. So
I am. This fits into that category we've encountered before, which is books where the concept is really good and the execution is not as good as
not
the
at
concept.
all.
Yeah.
And
so this is thoroughly in the like slight disappointment category, where it's like I didn't like hate it. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be.
No,
And
it
really,
had the potential.
We should just all learn the lesson that anything that mentions that it's good for fans of Gideon the Ninth, just ignore it. Just ignore it, people. It's not going to be good for fans of Gideon the Ninth.
No. We can wait. We can hope and wish, but it will not. Because it was not just Gideon the Ninth, was it? It was something else as well.
It says
Ocean's 8,
unmissable
Blade
for
Runner.
fans of Gideon the Ninth and Six of Crows.
That should have.
Yeah. Well, look, it was
But
worth
the thing
a try.
is, it's also compared to Ocean's 8 and Blade Runner, and I love Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Ocean's 8's fine.
Shall I give us the wee blurbo?
Yes, please go for it. Come on, Blurbo.
Edie is done with crime. 8 years behind bars changes a person, costs them too much time with too many of the people who need them the most. And it's all Angel's fault. She sold Edie out in what should have been the greatest moment of their lives. Instead, Edie was shipped off to the icy prison planet spinning far below the soaring sky bridges and neon catacombs of Kepler Space Station, of home, to spend the best part of a decade alone. But then, a chance for early parole appears out of nowhere, and Edie steps into the pallid sunlight to find none other than Angel waiting, and she has an offer. One last job, one last deal, one last target. The trillionaire tech god they failed to bring down last time. There's just one thing Edie needs to do. Trust Angel again, which also happens to be the last thing that Edie wants to do. What could possibly go all Hammajang about this plan? And Hammajang, for context here, is a word from Hawaiian Pidgin, which there is a lot of in this book, which means disorderly, chaotic, messed up, foobar.
Yeah.
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 Look, I think what I've also learned from this book is that heists don't work in books.
No.
I think heists work better on the screen, where you can have a montage happening.
Yeah, because most of this book should have been a montage.
Yeah, most of this book is the preparation for the heist, which is the sort of thing that happens in the first half hour of a movie and gets montaged through quite a lot. And then the actual heist is most of the movie. What we got was like 90% setup and maybe 10% heist.
Yeah.
Which is not... not what we
it was
wanted.
I completely agree, because the meeting of all of the characters was so dragged out.
Oh, yeah. Which, I
was going
understand.
insane.
Because, when you think about a heist, you've got to have that bit of the heist story where where you're, getting the gang together. Right? There's that, the whole bit in, Ocean's 11 where it's we're going to need this guy, we're going to need this guy. And it's oh, this is really cool. The difference is that, works in a movie. Because they could just be, little, couple of minute scenes where it's oh, we went and got the acrobat. Instead of, 3 chapters of trying to persuade somebody or whatever,
Exactly.
It just gets a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Before I say more, yes, star rating.
I give this a 3.5 out of 5. A 3.5.
I give it a 3.
Yeah.
Sure. We're pretty neck and neck. I feel that's good. I feel that's correct for this book.
Yeah.
I'll say a couple of things I did like before we go into it, because I loved the representation. Huge fan of just gender expression being normal in society. Big fan. Normalization of queer relationships, also big fan. The Hawaiian culture, loved.
Yep. I will say, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, but I feel like the vibes of the setting were really good.
Oh, I loved the kind of semi-cyberpunkish
definitely,
thing that we got. Big fan of that.
The whole sort of like, you're on this, space station, and there's like the more deprived areas and the more rich areas, and I think that worked really well.
I loved seeing the body mods being really used.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot about this book that isn't like terrible. It's just not good.
No, it's just not good. I think in the case, I sat down and pretty much read it immediately because it's very quick writing.
Yeah. See, you say this. It did take me like most of a week to read.
See, here's the thing. I said I sat down with 2 sessions. There was like a 4-day break between those 2 sessions.
I see.
But
I think I started it on a Thursday and finished it the following Tuesday.
Ew, that's not good for you.
No. I had a weekend to finish it in and I didn't, so that tells you everything, I think.
Yeah. It's hard to really pinpoint like favorite parts of it.
Yeah,
like,
I struggled.
I was going through because we have like general little questions we like try and hit every episode, and I was looking at favorite part, and I was just like, well, the kids were cool.
I went with them.
The family scenes.
There's a scene where Edie is in a poker game with the evil guy. That was fun because it's like it feels like a classic instance in a heist. Yeah. It was one of those moments though where you're like, this is a tech billionaire, trillionaire, right?
Yeah.
Why are we suddenly also doing like? There was obviously a feeling of like I need to have the like casino thing, right? Because casino heist. That's like the vibe.
Yeah.
They were not robbing a casino.
No.
So it's like, oh, poker game, and it's like, okay, cool, but also, does this fit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Does it really? Because we'd not really spent a lot of time in casinos anyway, or if we did, it was mainly sat at a table ordering.
It was just like at a fucking gala that the Trillionaire was hosting, and there was also poker, and I enjoyed it. It was fun, but also it was one of those moments where I was like, did you just put this in to make it feel more like a heist?
Yeah. There was just a distinct lack of, I felt, risk. Because I hated Edie. I'm going to come out and say it. I didn't hate them. I hated Angel.
I gave 0 fucks about Edie for most of this
0 fucks
and I hated Angel.
Yeah. I wish I liked Eddie more. I just felt like a lot of their personality was a little bit distant from the whole story. Yeah. Because there was this whole, like, their whole personality was really, I need to take care of my family, and I was betrayed, which is completely understandable. But then they just kept saying it.
Over and over again.
And I was like, this is
really? Did Angel betray
tiresome.
you? I didn't hear it the first 50 fucking times.
Oh my god, I hated the opening chapter. Oh my god, I hated it. Right. Hold on. Let me open the book.
Because it was so long ago, I can't say I remember much of it.
Specifically because, like, they'd just been told they're getting out of prison early, and they're being walked out of the prison, and they've just been kicked out the main door, and they just turned to the open air and is like, yeah, you never guess why I was here. It's because my partner betrayed me and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the partner shows up. Wow.
Yeah.
I was just like, this...
Yeah. I
just couldn't care about them.
No. But also, I was under the impression that they were exes.
So was I.
Apparently they weren't, because
they were just
later in the book they have sex and kiss for the first time, and they're like, oh, I've loved you for so long. And I'm like, wait, you weren't already together?
Like,
really? You were just good buds? Like
until they physically said, I've all like started pining for each other, and they told each other that they had been pining. I was like, you guys like dated though, right?
Yeah,
I
was absolutely convinced.
Predetermined.
Especially because I'm looking at my cover right now.
Yeah.
Of the book. It says at the top of the cover.
X's.
2 X's. They're not X's.
They're not X's. And everyone else in this book, if they are in a relationship, are in quite a healthy one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
That counts as one other couple, but still. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not great.
Yeah, and also, like, it does the classic thing that a lot of fiction does nowadays, which is it tells you repeatedly rather than showing you anything. I feel like we're told repeatedly that they have, like, chemistry, that they're, like, clearly in love with each other.
Yeah.
I don't fucking feel like it.
That everyone just keeps commenting that they have this banter and stuff between them, and I'm like, no.
I think this is also part of where somebody has made the Gideon the Ninth comparison.
Yes.
Right? I feel like there are 2 things that have connected it to Gideon the Ninth. Firstly, it's lesbians in space, right?
Yeah.
Which is a very surface level reading of either of these books to begin with, anyway.
Yeah, extremely, yeah.
And I feel like the second thing is this, like, the way Angel and Edie, it's like, you know, one of them's butch and a bit brash, and the other one's cold and aloof and femme. And it's like, oh, look, it's Harrow and Gideon. Except that it's not, because Harrow and Gideon are, like, believable. And also do feel like they have actual, like, chemistry and personalities. And Harrow is not just a total fucking horrible person.
Literally. Like, it felt like surface level Harrow from what you, like, can glean from maybe, like...
This is Harrow from Wish.
Yes! Yes, it is! Oh my gosh.
Sorry, let's make that a more up-to-date reference. This is Harrow from Temu.
Ah, Temu Harrow.
Get the fuck Harrow.
Harrow. Reggie. Yikes.
Yeah, I really, really hate Angel. Right from the start, right the way to the end. I just
horrible.
Detest her. She's just horrible.
Like, I get the trope of you're kind of, like, having this mastermind character that's a bit aloof and separate from the group, but also
absolutely.
She's a bit of a bitch. So...
it's like, the book, spoilers, ends with, like, after the heist, she, like, surrenders herself to the authorities on the condition that, like, everybody else gets let off.
Yeah.
And then goes to jail for, like, a couple of years or something, and then comes out, and Edie's like, yay, now we can be together, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Really? You want to be with her? Like,
it's like my family's all coming together or
oh
something.
God.
Oh my God.
The last lines of this book.
Truly quite awful.
Like, I really hated it.
All I wanted was for us to be happy, to be together. All I needed was my family, my home, my angel. Finally, it was enough. I wanted to throw up.
Yeah.
Honestly, what?
Yeah. I didn't like
No one needs that. No one needs that.
I didn't believe them as a couple. I hated Angel as a person, and I was ambivalent at best about Edie. So I just didn't give a fuck.
No.
At all.
No.
As for the rest of the cast...
Yes, I have a little post-it note of everyone written down.
So, we have Malia, who is like the uber hacker.
Yeah.
And also, she is like
10 years old.
She's like a
a
teenager. Yeah. She's fine.
She's fine.
Know? She's kind of cool.
There was some good back and forth at some points. I didn't love the whole dead naming scene.
Yeah. That was weird.
That was really weird. 206.
It was played off as, like, not being an issue, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, nobody mentions it, but I'm like, I'm sorry, did you not just dead name this person?
Right, exactly. And Tatiana's just going along with it. I was like, oh, okay.
Did not like Tatiana either. I know you're kind of not meant to, because she's very deliberately, like, a bit of a bitch to Edie, but also I just didn't like her. She's just...
I have a whole thing
not
about
likable.
Tatiana that I'm going to bring up, but
Okay.
after we talk about Malia.
Yeah.
Because Malia's cool-ish
Yes.
as, like,
I
a
was
concept.
I was saying before we started recording that there is a sort of spin-off to this book set 3 years after the heist, focused on Malia, which is like, of all the people in the cast, maybe one of the more interesting ones to have a spin-off
Yeah.
about. I do
It's the
have
one
a
I could
sneaking
see-
suspicion that like fucking Tatiana's gonna be there for some reason. But
Yeah. If all of them, I would have wanted Nakano and Duke as possibly the spin-off.
yeah, we'll get to talking
We'll
about
get
them.
to them. Yeah, no, they were cool.
But yeah, I think Malia's kind of cool. She's got like all these implants and stuff.
I liked the brain implant that she had. Like near the end of the book, something goes wrong, and she has to use like her brain augmentation to like shut down the power. Question mark?
Something like that. Yes.
Something like that. And it's like, this'll kill her. It doesn't. She's fine.
It doesn't kill her.
so-
It does say this might kill her. They're not like
It
this
might
will
kill her.
definitely kill you.
But it's a
But
big
it was one of
possibility.
those like, this is a really high
Risky.
chance of killing you, and then it doesn't.
Dun, dun, dun. It would have been better if some like fucked up happened, but
Yeah.
But I did like her augments. Those were really cool. I liked her introduction a lot.
Yup.
Because they'd met her over like a projector. It was very Star Wars. You know, there's just a little projector, little tiny guy, and then they walk in the room with this mask on, and they take it off, and you're like, that's a child.
That's just a child.
That very, very loved it. Big fan. But otherwise, she was a bit of a bitch. She was a little bit horrible to a lot of people. Played off for a little bit of laughs, but
I think the idea there is that she's like a shitty teenager,
yeah.
and
I can
that's
see-
kind of
well,
understandable, but also
Yeah.
it's kind of and I think the difference between her and Tatiana is that Tatiana's just a total unmitigated bitch, whereas Malia
Oh my
is
God.
not always like that.
No, and you can kind of see Tatiana's influence a little bit on
Yes.
Malia.
Oh, definitely.
It's kind of like, oh, this is like someone cool. I'll just
Yeah.
copy them.
They also one of my issues quite early on in the book was that supposedly Edie is like 29,
Yeah.
but feels like she's like they're way younger than that.
Yeah, teenager.
And so I feel like one of the ways the author was like, I'm going to remind you that Edie is older, is to have Malia and Tatiana constantly be like, you're so old. Which is like funny once,
Yeah.
not funny like 20 times.
Like, you could have been in your prime if you hadn't gone to jail, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yet, they're still one of the better runners.
Yeah. It's like there's a reason that Angel,
Yeah,
put them on the job.
exactly. Tatiana, if I may. So, it was around the dead naming scene, which I hate. Like,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. They should
Yep.
never be included in books. I just find them so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was for sure like, oh, there needs to be some big twist within the party. There needs to be some little thing that goes wrong that'll make me more interested in the rest of what happens. And I was like, the most obvious thing you could do is to get Tatiana to turn on the group. And I
Yep.
thought that for 100 pages after that scene, and nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes too easy. It's way too easy. And Tatiana was like the perfectly placed one to do it. And didn't
Yeah.
do it.
No.
Especially because
yeah.
they were already in trouble with the law. Because
Yes.
their introduction was that they were getting arrested.
Yes.
Yes. I can't remember
think
what
so,
for,
yeah.
but they were getting arrested. And they got her out. And there is no consequences to getting her out.
Yeah, I just...
Where?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
just horrible and annoying and doesn't seem to have any redeeming factors at all.
Literally nothing.
And I'm the fact that there's, what, like 8 of them? Mm-hmm. Or however many in this crew, and none of them turn.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a moment where one of them's like, I've betrayed you all, ha ha ha. Again, that feels like a classic of the heist genre, that there should be somebody who's like, I've betrayed you, and then they get their comeuppance, you know? But no.
Maybe it's because the author was like, oh, I can't do that because I've already had Angel betray Edie.
Oh, God, yeah, we would have had fucking somebody else be like, I've been betrayed!
I've been betrayed! I've been the betrayer!
Every other page for 400 pages.
I forgive you, Angel, because you didn't betray me as bad as we just got betrayed.
Oh, God. I still... I don't know if I've just removed it from my mind. I can't remember why it turns out that Angel betrays Edie.
I have a distinct... I don't know what... How they got caught,
it was the like prisoner's dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah. They got told
Angel was told that Edie had already turned on her. Mm-hmm. And then believed that.
And then got given a job?
Yeah.
Question mark?
And, no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. And Edie hears all this and then goes, oh, well, then you're forgiven. Huh?
That was 8 years. I was
and also,
not forgiven shit.
This is somebody who not only betrayed you, which I can understand, you know, like you've got mitigating circumstances or whatever, but believed that you had betrayed them.
Yeah.
Like, she believed that Edie had already betrayed her.
Yeah.
And
it
it's
was
like,
instant.
You grew up together. Yeah. Like,
you
forever.
did the same jobs, there was this big trust bond between you, and then...
And you just forgive that.
Yes.
Because she's kind of hot, apparently.
Which, no. I don't give a shit.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, Tatiana, horrible.
Tatiana, horrible.
Let's talk about Sai and
Sai's
Sarah,
really cool.
or Sarah. I'm not entirely sure which one.
I was calling her Sarah.
That's what I was too.
Sweet, okay.
They were fun.
They were fun. I loved the idea of the switching to pigeon. Am I saying him? Yes, okay, grand. I love the switch that I just struggle reading within accents a lot.
Yes.
So I don't think I was taking away the information a lot of the time.
I'm obviously all for having something like the Hawaiian pigeon in a book.
Fuck yeah.
I think it would not have been that hard to have a glossary.
Yes. Oh my god.
In the back that explains what some of the Hawaiian words mean. Some of it you could parse because it is just like words but said in a specific way, and you're like, I can see that means
that
like
means
that
this.
or whatever. Some of it is words that are Hawaiian, and you're like, what does that mean? And you kind of put it together from context clues. Yeah. And I know some people are like, oh, just Google it. I should not have to stop reading a book to Google a thing to understand what's happening in the book. Just put a glossary in the back, please. But I do think it was really cool, and I liked that Sai in particular pretty much exclusively spoke in Pidgin.
I was a big fan of that.
And the sort of code switching that the rest of them do.
Yeah.
Where when they start talking to Sai, they start talking in Pidgin.
It's very cool.
I liked that. I think it works really well. And again, like you were saying, it really helps to bring the like cultural stuff to the fore.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be very easy to sort of tell us that all of these characters are Hawaiian, but never really...
Never show evidence.
But yes, I did like that.
And I just loved them from like... I loved they were kind of like the same as Edie, but they were obviously had the job at the docks, and they were like transitioning, but they were also using mods to transition as well.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I was a big fan of that. I was like, this is really interesting. Because even they were... Yeah.
And I like that, although it's not sort of made a thing, there's like clearly like an affection between Sai and Sarah as well, which is cute.
Which was really sweet.
Yeah. And Sarah's just like the nice one.
Oh.
She's there because, you know... Well, she is, isn't she?
Yeah. She's just...
She is a
she's
stripper, a pole dancer.
Yes.
And they hire her to be their, like, acrobat, and a
Yes.
former gymnast. They hire her to be the like one who can get into small spaces and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously she's not done crime before, and so
She's
basically
so
she's like
excited.
naive and excitable, and
Yeah.
she's just very sweet and nice, and Sai sort of protects her in a really sweet way as well.
I liked her
like-
a lot. I like
Yeah.
what happens after the story ends with her, because she goes on to like create schools for gymnasts.
Yes, she
Yes.
she becomes like a coach sort of character for
Because
for
she
gymnasts.
took her coach to not like she exposed her old coach and stuff of like
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what for.
Was it say blah blah blah? Sarah, who was busy with her gym and managing her scholarship athletes, so
Yes.
she's like, yeah.
I just felt she was kind of not really doing anything.
Well,
Unfortunately,
I think
but
she
then
was
there was
there
not much she
to
could do.
Yeah, and she's there to be the character who helps give the exposition for what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you always have to have, like, an audience stand-in, as it were, who's, like, the one who doesn't know what's going on so that the other characters can explain a thing.
Yeah.
And I did like that there was sort of this, like, every time she was having to do a thing, like, the others would be, like, coaching her through it and stuff. That was nice.
It was the only part of the book I felt there. Oh, this is of the found family trope that they were going for. This was the only times I felt that was being shown.
Yes.
The truly found family bit, especially with like the spiking scene.
Yes.
That specifically, I was like, oh, they actually really do care about each other. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and then I think Nakano and Duke were probably my favourites.
oh, they were the standouts from this because they had everything going for them.
Yeah.
They were already experts in the field and they immediately locked in.
Yep.
And were able to
established.
do their job.
They were an established relationship.
Yeah.
As well, so there's no like stupid relationship drama. Like they're
Exactly.
more than happy to like play parts, which mean that like because they're the like grifters, right? Like their job is
they're the
to
con artists.
Yeah, their job is to like be a distraction and to
Yeah.
create a situation during the heist to like keep the bad guy sort of occupied and stuff.
Yeah.
And as part of that, they are playing like business partners who have this big falling
Yeah.
out, and one of them agrees to sell their business to this guy, and the other one doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And I like that at no point does them playing those roles
Impact them.
impact their relationship at all.
Yup.
They're both very clear that it's like, we are playing roles, we're doing a job. I love that.
There was like my favourite scene of them was when they had the big, I don't know if it was necessarily they were playing the scientist, I can't remember exactly, but they were doing like a falling out scene and one of them chucks wine over the other, and then in the scene after it's like, why did you have to go for my face, guys? Come
Yeah.
on. Why did you do that? It was really quite sweet.
Yeah.
Because they were just like the perfect
Yeah.
con artisty character.
Yeah.
Characters.
I think I would have probably preferred a spin-off of them over Malia, but
Personally, yes. Same.
yeah,
It'd
I
be
just
more
think they're really
interesting.
cool. And I like that as well. At the end of the book, they're sort of just like, because the whole thing is that they're doing these cons, but they're always doing cons for like good reasons.
Yeah.
Like it's like Robin Hood style, like steal from the rich, give to
Yeah.
the poor sort of thing that they do. And at the end of the book, when they've all got like loads and loads of money, they're still just doing that. Like the two of them are still like funding freedom fighters and stuff. Like they're still just doing what they were doing before. And I
fan.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that they're not like, oh good, we don't have to do this anymore. They're just like, no, we'll keep trying to improve the world.
Yeah.
Um,
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
I like the very casual mention and discussion of Nakano's transition as well.
Yes. Me too.
It's never made a thing of,
No.
but she is, like, it's briefly mentioned.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, it's mentioned as well in the context of somebody asking how long they've been together.
Uh-huh.
And Nakano's like, well, I transitioned this many years ago, so we've been together for this many years. And it's like, oh, that's sweet. But it's like, that's part of how she can sort of like...
Piece out the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, yeah. It's just, I like that.
Yeah.
It
It was really cute.
Yeah.
I
Setting.
think they did the...
Oh, sorry, what were you going to
sorry.
say? Yeah.
I think they
No,
did
no.
the representation of, like, lesbians, non-binary people, and trans characters really, really well in this book. But there was some
Yes.
ways that could have been improved. But I did like it. It was very well done. But that is all I had to add.
There was something I was going to mention later, but I'll mention it now since you sort of brought it up.
Yeah.
For the most part, I undoubtedly agree. There was a weird focus at one point specifically on, like, everybody's a butcher of femme.
Oh, yes!
And I didn't like that.
forgot about that. No, me too.
There's,
It was
like, a whole
she's
scene...
the butch to your femme. Like,
exactly,
who
and there's a
gives
whole
shit?
scene where Edie's, like, looking at, like, Nakano and Duke together, and other people, and is like, oh, look at all these butches with their femmes and all these femmes with their butches, and here I am, a butch with no femme. Oh, what good am I? And I'm like, oh my god.
Does everyone need to conform to being a butch or a femme to be in a relationship?
And do all the relationships have to conform to being a butch and a femme?
Exactly.
It was just a little bit, like, I understand that the whole point is that this book is, like, they're all lesbians.
Yes.
Or, you know, exclusively attracted to women or whatever, however you want to put it, because...
Yeah.
None of them, I don't think any of them necessarily use the word lesbian at any point in the book, but like...
Yeah.
Right, like that's the whole point, is they are all queer.
Yes.
And so I understand that you're using, like, sapphic terminology of, like, butch and femme to, like, highlight that.
Yes.
But it's like, I think the scene in context is like they're in a gay club.
Yeah.
And Edie is specifically like, oh my god, so many butches with their femmes, and it's like... Surely there are other couples who are not a butch and a femme. It just felt a bit normative. And I don't think that's deliberate. I don't think it was a deliberate thing at all. But I think it's just something that maybe could have done with a sensitivity reader to go,
yeah, no,
not sure on that line.
Because personally, I never hear people even say that out loud, but that just might be my experience.
No, I think you're right. I think it's something I only ever see sort of online.
Yeah.
And I understand again that, like, these are terms that are useful to people, obviously.
Yes.
It's the context in this book that, like, specifically makes it seem like a butch should be paired with a femme, and that everybody is either a butch or a femme, and it's just a little bit...
like, hetero-appearing normative kind of... Butch femme... Yeah.
Yeah,
not a
it's
bit
just
huge,
the way it's talked about in this book is just not, just doesn't nail it, I don't think.
No.
And I think especially when you have Sai and Edie, who are both sort of trans-masc.
Yeah.
But they're both just described as being butches, and it's like you had the opportunity potentially to have some, like, androgyny or something else. And it's like, I just don't love the way it's done.
No, not at all.
I think there was just, like, probably a slightly better way to phrase that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh gosh, how do we move on from that? Because you're very, very much right. And I completely forgot about that part, and I should have written it down.
It was just something that, like, annoyed me, and I think for me, as well as somebody who is non-binary, who is definitely would not ever be described as a butch or a femme, for obvious reasons. It kind of reminds me of, like, there's like sort of a thing of groups of people where it's like non-binary people and women, and it's like, oh, a group of femmes. Or indeed reminds me of the sort of, like, women and non-binary people thing.
Yeah. A little bit exclusionary.
Yeah, I just don't think it was the best way to put a thing.
No.
I understand trying to have the context of, like, Edie wanting to be with somebody. That's totally fine. And I'm not saying she shouldn't be, like, attracted to femmes or whatever stupid like that. But I just think there was a better way to word that didn't make it sound like everybody in this universe is either a butch or a femme.
Yes.
And if you're a butch, you should be paired with a femme, and if you're a femme, you should be paired with a butch. It just felt a little bit...
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little strange.
Yeah.
For sure. There is definitely a little bit of work needed when they're going to publish the next book, because if they do butch and femme again, and that would be a bit strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes.
In terms of the setting, we sort of touched on it a little bit earlier. I think this was probably one of the strongest aspects of the book.
See, I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Because, okay, I fully love in the sci-fi elements. I think they're really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But this could have taken place on Earth.
Sort of, but also not.
There is like
there
integral parts of like air filtration stuff.
Yeah, it's like the whole way that the plot works is that like the escape route out from the vault after they rob it is to like go through the like maintenance tunnels of this space station.
Yeah. And I was a big fan of that. It very felt much like, I don't know how I mean, but like maybe just like a big city in the middle of nowhere. But
I can understand that. Yeah.
At some points, I forgot they were in a space station. I
can understand that, but because I do want to clarify. I'm saying that the setting was one of the strongest parts of this book. Does not mean that I think it was strong, fantastically done.
Oh God, no.
Just that I think it was better done than, say, the characterization of certain people or some of the writing.
Because I very much liked how Edie like knew the environment extremely well. That was really cool of them running throughout the
Yeah, and I think the whole thing with like the different wards
was very fun.
Where like certain ones are
poorer than
better
others.
off.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of reference to like the ward that Edie grew up in. Various shops there being closed that used to be there, and you know that sort of like sense of like it's sort of a community that's like losing to the like aggressive capitalism
the Elon Musk-esque tech billionaire that we got going.
Definitely not Elon Musk, except
it's definitely not, apart from
except that it is.
Most
I can't even remember what the guy's name is, but it's
I don't know.
Stupid.
I never wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it.
I also
if you have anything. Because I wrote it down every other character.
Yeah, I agree with what you say about like it could be anywhere. It doesn't always feel like a space station. There are vague references to like if I do this wrong, I'll get blasted out into space.
Is it Atlas?
Yes, something Atlas.
Which I feel Atlas is a kind of.
I can't even remember what the rest of his name was. It is definitely something Atlas.
It's his company's Atlas Industries.
I'm sure early on in that first chapter, when Angel proposes the job, Joyce Atlas. Which is a slightly stupid name, but it sounds like a sci-fi trillionaire, so whatever.
Yep. Joyce is old money, you know. just a subtle donation of $1 million.
The author does do a really good job of making him just like a terrible person.
Yeah.
And he's
from,
not
testing on people to like whole thing with Angel.
I think as well they managed to pull him just short of being like cartoonish, if you know what I mean. Like he's objectively horrible. Like he is undoubtedly a villain, a bad guy. Yeah. But he's not like mustache twirling like
oh god no, he's not like Dr. Eggman kind of level.
What he is, like we were saying, is very, very, very much like the very, very rich men who exist in the world today.
Yes.
I think everything that Joyce Atlas does, you could absolutely see Elon Musk doing. For instance. Yeah. I think like there's a
No, yeah.
A very deliberate comparison there, shall we say.
No, there definitely is. There definitely is.
And I like that as well as him being like just objectively a terrible rich man. I like that the author also threw in just like outright sexism, just to make him even more of a fucking worm.
Just to add to the top of of the pile, just to be like
when he sits down at the poker table with Edie, obviously not knowing who Edie is or anything, but just seeing them as like Angel is there, and then she like walks away, and he does the like I hate to see her leave, but I love to watch her walk away, and it's like
oh, scummy. Jesus. Yeah,
everybody like over the comms is like punch him, Edie, punch him,
go for him.
And I think that's Yeah, that worked as a way to just make him, like, even more, like, slimy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like he's already a horrible man, but he's also just like, blah, blah. That works really well.
Your treatment of the female gender makes me sick.
Yeah. Yes.
Little Adventure Time reference.
I've never seen it.
What? Oh god, yes, no, it's so good. Yeah, I did find him a little bit too naive at certain points.
I do not understand in any fucking universe why he would have hired Angel to do that job.
No.
Right? Like, fair enough. I get that the whole thing is, like, that Angel's predecessor as, like, head of security for Atlas Industries.
Yeah.
He is the one who tells Angel that Edie has betrayed her.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you were capable of doing this heist, so your skills could be useful for you. I'm fine with that, right? Like,
yeah,
that's a thing that happens in like fiction, right? Where it's like, you're such a good hacker, we want you on our side, like protecting us from hackers, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Right? Totally fine with that. But the idea that he would retire and Atlas would then be like, you're gonna be my new chief of security. It's just
exactly.
Like, no.
Are you?
But I guess the idea, maybe you could say it's like the whole point is that he's like so certain that it would never happen. Do you know what I mean? That it's like he's like overconfident about it, maybe, but it just doesn't feel entirely believable.
No. There's just a bit of like, would he choose to do this? But, you know.
Yeah.
He was edging on the cartoon, but not exactly.
Yes.
Which is good.
He was close to it, and
he was close.
I think in this context that kind of works as well, right? Like it works to have somebody who's just like, because I think the problem with doing like a heist thing is that you have to have a villain who is just unredeemable.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're sort of doing a bad thing.
Exactly.
And that does sort of come up, right? Because like the thing that they're stealing is his prototype for his next generation of implants.
Yes.
And
they're doing the good thing.
After they steal it, or while they're stealing it, they discover that like it could be used to like replace people's memories.
Yes, so that
and
people can
the plan
be
is that they're gonna. The plan was always
people.
that they were gonna steal it and then ransom it back to him.
Uh-huh.
And so during the heist, they all sort of have this moment of like, oh, I don't know that we can ransom this back to him because he'll use it for horrible things.
Yeah, he'll use it for evil.
Which is conveniently worked out by them ransoming him, and then as soon as he sends the money, Angel destroys it. And it's like, oh, yay! Because, you know,
saved the day.
There's no way he could have, I guess because he gets arrested afterwards for being a terrible, horrible person. But it's like, surely there's some way he could have, you know, done like I'm going to call the bank and get them to send that transfer back. Do you know what I mean?
Like yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a direct debit subscription, and you're just like, can you guys just like bounce that? Thank you.
Yeah. But
no.
I understand that it had to all work out at the end so that they had the money and didn't give the technology back to the bad boy, so whatever. Yeah. I don't know why I called him the bad boy there. The bad guy.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? Bad boys. But yeah, I think with everything, a 3 is the best I could give it because, as you said, the heist dragged on for too long.
Yeah.
And then... the heist dragged
the
on
setup
for too little.
The heist dragged on for too long.
Because the setup for the heist... Because... I don't know if the heist just went too easily.
I think, yeah, it's like... It's that classic thing where it's like... obviously, something has to happen during the heist, and something does, right? Like, all the doors get locked down, and then Edie is trapped, and it's like, oh no, and then obviously Edie is saved.
Edie is fine.
Which is fine, in one sense, but I feel like there should have been greater consequences to that.
Yeah. There should have been a greater reveal. There should have been greater consequences.
Yeah.
There was just something missing from that.
Is that... No, that's not when Malia breaks her brain. That is earlier that Malia breaks her brain.
No, Malia breaks their brain to get Edie
to turn the lasers off.
Oh!
Is that not... is it not because the lasers are turned on and they're not sure if they're going to be able to turn them off?
Yes, but then the lasers get turned back on, and I think later on she does it again.
Maybe, yeah, it's something like
Hold
that.
on, let me see. Find
There's
it.
there's definitely a moment where the lasers are off, and then they come back on, and Sarah has to like freeze.
Yeah.
And then Malia at that point is like, I'm going to turn the power back off. Ha ha ha. I think that's when she melts her brain. So I can't remember how Edie gets out.
Sorry, I'm currently in the hospital scene. Not if I.
You need to go to like the last 30 pages of the book.
Okay. Okay.
Is it fucking
They want to shut off
Does
the
fucking
IR
Angel somehow do it?
cameras and disable the pressure sensors within my access, Angel explained. Can't move the motion. So it was the lasers.
Yes, it is the lasers, and they can't get Edie out because Malia gets like fucking knocked out by the process of doing that. And then she, later on when Edie gets trapped, Malia like comes back, and it's like blew a few synapses probably, knocked a few points off my stupid high IQ, but it was sick, and then she opens the doors for Edie. So that's what it is. So yes, that's like it. And it's like, I wish there had maybe been a little bit more consequence to that, of like Malia, maybe like her, if like her fucking
being in a coma or something,
or like her things burn out and like can't be replaced or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like now she has to live her life without being able to do the things that she's always been able to do, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like burns her frontal cortex.
Maybe not
no,
quite that.
No eyeballs anymore.
I just mean like, you know, she's not able to get them replaced for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like more consequence to that would have been good, because it felt like otherwise
she should have went
they
into
just
some
get off
type of,
scot-free.
She should have went into some type of like shock.
Yeah. And it's like she does, and then she's fine.
Yeah. But none of them have a medical degree, so you know.
No. And it's like the only consequence of any of this is that Angel goes to jail for like a couple of years.
Which I don't actually think anyone cared about. So, because at the end of the book, Angel takes all of the consequences onto herself and makes that deal.
Yeah, she makes a deal with the fucking feds to be like... Because the feds are also investigating Atlas.
Yes,
and
she's like, that whole
I'll give you all of the like proof that Atlas is terrible.
Yes.
And because I've been involved, obviously you have to arrest me too. But the deal is, you let
everyone
all of these people who did the heist walk free, and I guess let them keep the money they stole from Atlas. Which feels like something that shouldn't have been allowed, because it feels like it's probably like evidence somehow, but whatever.
It kind of looks like the police have bankrolled them for it a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
Because there was those really kind of weird kidnappy-ish scenes where Edie was taken into the little like cars with them, but I didn't really think they were of that great a consequence.
I love those little scenes where it's just like four men turn up and are like buff standing there, and Edie has to go and sit in. I had it in my head as like a really small car.
Yeah, like one of those like cartoonish like
crunch
cars
into across from this like Fed lady.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is the Fed is like they're trying to get Edie to turn on Angel.
Yeah.
And Edie doesn't. And then eventually Angel's like, "Here, take me."
The sex scene was awful.
Oh my
Just a
god!
quick sidebar. Just as a quick side.
Thank you for filling that up. Yeah.
Holy shit! Okay, so I'm gonna jump into that, please. I have a note specifically. Yes.
Yeah.
The romance.
Yeah.
I'll quickly say that, it was a cartoonishly small car. There was no great consequence to the police being involved.
Yeah.
Even though they probably should have been more involved. But there was a point where, I think 2 seconds before, when Edie's stuck in that tunnel, and they're like talking about how the betrayal and stuff, and that they've always loved each other even though they've already had sex at this point.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Going back in time, the romance is quite awful, because it goes from 0, that constant like snipes and glares, to 60 sex in the span of a few pages.
Mm-hmm.
And
but the snipes and the glares, that's all sexual tension.
That's flirting.
Yeah. Yep.
There was much more detail than I wanted there to be, and it was a fade to black, which I was happy about.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say as well, right? I feel like obviously the context needed here. Eve, you're aggressively asexual.
yeah, no, I hate it.
I am not. And I will say this was not a sexy sex scene.
No, thank you. Okay,
it wasn't
good.
like... This was not something that's like, oh my god. It was like, oh no. But in the scale of sex scenes that we've had to read for this show, it's not as far down as the stupid fucking ship sex from Red Scholar's Way, because that was actually vile.
That was, I think, probably one of the worst things I've set my eyeballs on.
But this sex scene, it wasn't sexy.
It wasn't sexy.
Good. It was just like they argue and then they start fucking, and then
oh my god,
and then they fall out again.
Yeah,
like almost immediately.
Post intercourse,
and
they're just like hate each other.
And then Edie gets stuck, and they're like, "Oh, I've loved you this whole time. Oh my god!" And it's like, "Oh, I don't care.
I don't want to hear it."
I think this was the worst example of like tell not show,
yeah.
Which is that we are repeatedly told that they have chemistry, that they work, that people can see that they're attracted to each other, and it's just like, oh my god, no. Yeah. I'm really fed up of and it seems to happen a lot with lesbians, of the like toxic lesbians that end up still being toxic and being together.
Yeah. You can like have character growth.
Yeah,
and be
it's like you could have
anymore.
them be toxic and then not be toxic, but it feels like at the end they're still kind of not good for each other.
No. And even the sister is kind of like, oh, you're here.
We've not talked about Andy very much.
I really liked Andy, personally.
I liked her a lot.
I liked her perspective, because I liked coming from just like a kind of normalcy perspective. Yeah. I liked the kids a lot. I liked like kind of like bonding scenes between Edie and the kids.
Yeah.
The stupid little dragon show that Malia also watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird that Andy seems to be on board with Angel and Edie getting back
after
together.
everything.
Because it's like, you were the one who earlier in the book was like, stay the fuck away from her, she's not good for you.
Exactly.
And now you're like, oh well,
you didn't listen to me, but I'm being proven wrong. No, you haven't.
I can tell that you two have probably fucked by now, so too late.
Because that's what a declaration of love is.
Yep. Just really aggressive fingering.
Yep. Anyway.
Yay!
Yeah.
Would you read another book by Makana Yamamoto?
I'm gonna be so real. Not for another 8 years. until there's been a bit of more development. Because theoretically they could do a really good book.
Yes. I think there is definitely skill.
There's skill there.
Right?
There's something
There's definitely
cooking.
capability. I think I'm always willing to give people a bit more benefit of a doubt when it's a debut, which this is.
Yes. For sure.
I definitely wouldn't buy the next one, the Malia, in hardback. Maybe I'll get it as an ebook if it's on sale at some point.
Yeah.
And see if it's better.
I might read the Spark Notes. Just out of curiosity.
Definitely not I must find out what happens next or anything like that. And I'm not desperate to see what Makana Yamamoto writes next, because this was fine. And like I say, I give it some great. I think if this wasn't a debut, if this was their fourth or fifth book, I would have rated it lower. It probably would have been a 3 or a 2 and a bit.
Yeah.
But I do give grace for a debut, because it's everybody starts somewhere, and of course you are going to get better the more you write.
Exactly.
And like I say, I really don't think this is a terrible book. It's just not a great book.
Yes.
I think there is the potential there, and it's just there's some poor execution that gets in its own way.
They just need some tightening up. And I
Yeah.
could see them releasing something pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that's as well sort of the only context I would ever recommend this to anybody with.
Yes.
Is I would want them to go in with full knowledge of not
It
what
being a
happens,
debut.
but of what. Well, and of also
What
like
to expect.
Yeah, that it's not necessarily what the blurb suggests it might be.
It's not going to be the perfect book, but it is.
It's
Kind of
just
quick and
about
fun.
a heist.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't go into it expecting a lot of character work.
I think if I'd been
What
told
book?
going into this book that it was sort of a heist, it was mainly like set up for a heist with a bunch of toxic lesbians shouting at each other, I don't know that I would have read it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't regret reading it. I'll say
No.
that.
It's not.
I'll say it had perks, but...
Yeah. It's far from the worst book we have read for this podcast as well. So it's
shall
like-
we go back and talk about that fucking ship? No, we shan't. No, we shan't ever. It's truly awful. It's transcended. It's transcended episodes. That sex scene of the living ship. Yeah. Red Scholar's Wake.
Don't read it. It's
Don't
not
read
worth
it. Don't do
But
it.
do listen to our episode because
I think we have a breakdown, and I love it.
what about some alternatives? Perhaps I've got a few.
I've got a few as well. I think there's your obvious colours, which I'll just jump out with because you can read your like Grace Curtis. You've got your oh my god, what the fuck's your name? Tamsin Muir.
Jesus, how did you
Oh my
forget
god, I'm so
Tamsin
sorry.
Muir?
And you've got your Becky Chambers as well.
Yeah,
I think those are your point of calls for the
Those
kind
are
of
like
book.
the obvious go-to
Yeah.
sci-fi, like this sort of like slightly softer sci-fi sort of thing, as it were.
But I think if you were looking for a harder sci-fi-ish, not really, but with more character work and more character development, A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martin. That was my first call of... We both loved it. We did an episode on it.
Yeah, we did.
You should
My
go
poor
listen to
boy.
it. I know!
Rip in peace.
R.I.P. No one dies.
No, of
Everyone's
course not.
fine.
No.
Everyone's so chill. And there is actual like medical professionals in that book that do a cool little scene. But it's all about an ambassador to an alien planet, and the hijinks that go along with the kind of unrest on that planet. And there's cyberpunkish elements with like, if you've played the game Cyberpunk 2077, like the people in your head chatting to you, which is kind of cool. I don't know how else to. I'd really give it away. Yeah, they're an ambassador to a planet and they're replacing someone. It's a fun, good
very
time.
cool.
It's a really good time.
Yeah,
I've fantastic naming convention.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sort of for this one leaned a bit more into the like what if you want the like group of misfits sort of vibes.
Yes.
So I've put down Cascade Failure by Ellen Sagas.
Yes.
Because it's obviously not a heist, but it is that like group of misfits on a ship doing things.
Yeah.
And evading the law. But again, much better, much more character work.
The law and the law.
And it's just very good fun. It's about a group who are trying to prevent a bunch of planets from dying. Basically, and
Basically.
they're uncovering like a fucking conspiracy.
Yeah.
And it's good. And although it's not gay, it is gay.
It's kind of good.
Like it's not, but it is.
It kind of is.
You cannot tell me that fucking Hall and
Hall and Yal and
Saint.
Saint. Yes.
Yes.
They had something
Hall
going
and
on.
Saint are not just aggressively gay for each other because they are.
Oh, they are.
It's just a fact. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Except I'm not sorry, but yeah.
In book 1, they tried to give us a hint of maybe this is a female. They went like, no, they're gay. They're little gay men.
Anyway, there's 2 books. It's a great time.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
Fantastic books.
Yeah.
I kind of then went down the kind of like, what if you just want to like dead people? You know, and there's like a mystery involved. So Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers is a cozy crime about like a little old lady who lives above her like little tea shop that's kind of forgotten in San Francisco's like Chinatown. And there's a dead guy in her shop when she comes down one day. And so she decides to solve the case and gets really involved in people's personal lives, and it's hilarious. Big fan. I really very much like that book, so yeah.
Nice.
And she hates the police, and it's great.
Excellent. Again, with the sort of crew of misfits, I've got Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez. Proper silly, goofy, like space opera, bunch of misfits on a ship again. Again, with a weird conspiracy happening in the background.
Yeah.
But this time, there's lots of like video game references.
Big fan. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just really
Mass
good
Effect.
fun. They're like if you like Becky Chambers, but you want like a little bit more action.
Yeah.
I would say Valerie Valdez is the place to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Give us your. Have you got one more?
I have one more. Yeah.
Give us your one more.
I've got The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Which is about an archivist who goes to like dead planets to try and find out what killed them. And they start to find messages from the aliens who lived on those planets, and they start to piece together what might have happened.
Yeah.
And
Fun,
them
good
and
time.
their brother and their incredible cat Pumpkin
Pumpkin.
are
Baby girl.
trying to prevent the fucking end of all things, I guess.
Yeah.
The
The
it was a
audiobook
blast.
is very good because it's got like little whooshing sounds for when like because there's a projector talking. Very fun.
I did enjoy the audiobook.
It's
It's not
very good.
It's not the world's best American accent, but
No, far from it, but pretty good otherwise.
yeah.
My last one I haven't finished, and leads into the end of the episode because we're reading next month The Tatney Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett,
Yes.
which is going to prove a really fun time. I'm hardly into it, but I can already tell if you wanted the kind of investigative elements of this, I already think you'll like this book.
Yeah.
Because it's proving, because it's got that like eccentric mentor trope in it, which I also really love. So, and
Yeah. It should
they're
be,
kind of like
should be really
odd
good fun.
losers. So, which is really fun. So I think, yeah, I'm going to recommend
Yeah.
it, even though I haven't finished it.
That's our book club book for next month.
Yeah.
And it's
'Cause,
like
a guy gets
fantasy
found with a
murder
tree.
mystery.
Yeah, a tree growing out of him. Which
It should be good fun.
it should be good fun.
Uh,
I've heard very much good things about this one. So
yeah. Very, very good little segue there, Eve. Good
Thank
job.
you. I'm professional.
Yeah.
But yes, no, we are reading that book next month,
Yeah.
and it'll almost be the end of the year because we've got one more book.
Yeah,
after that, and that's
we've
gonna be
only got,
absolutely
what,
terrifying.
2 more after this one?
After this one, yep, Robert Jackson, and then Automatic Noodle.
by Annalee Newitz.
Yep.
Which is a novella, so it's a nice, easy read.
Short one to
finish
take
off
us
the
out of the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
yeah.
obviously make sure, go back and listen to our Talking in the Tavern
Yes.
from earlier this month. We talked about, what we were had been reading and what we were going to be reading, and we did a very fun little game.
Yeah.
Where Eve had set up like a little game for me to try and work out whether or not I would. Yeah, speed dating. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah. I couldn't think of either. Yeah.
It was good fun, and I think I disappointed Eve by being slightly too good at it.
Yeah. How fucking. I was listening back to edit that episode, and I got pissed off all over again.
The choice of a word to describe an Adrian Tchaikovsky book
I
was
was
enough
so
to get me
annoyed
to
at myself.
immediately work out what it was.
I picked that one. See?
And of course, we will have another Talking in the Tavern in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Next month. In October.
Oh my god! Spooky season! But also, oh my god.
Oh, yeah. We should come up with something spooky to do.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here at the Tavern. Phoenix, where can our listeners find you outside the podcast?
You can find me at Beans and Fungi on Blue Sky and Instagram. What about you, Eve?
And you can find me under Cozy Crow with an S and not a Z on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky and YouTube.
And of course, make sure that you're following the podcast itself on Instagram at Hearth and Tome Pod, Blue Sky at Hearth and Tome, TikTok at hearth.and.tome, and YouTube at Hearth and Tome Pod to get updates about when episodes come out, as well as behind the scenes bits and bobs. So yeah, we'll see you around the tavern next time.
For sure. Alrighty.
Bye! The music used in this episode was Midnight Tale by Kevin MacLeod through Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.